Hey everybody, welcome to Elisa's Art Room. Today we're going to be working some more on my field notes journals. Y'all come in and say hi, let me know you're here. Let me get you guys pulled up. Hopefully everybody's having a good evening. Looks like we're about to get hit with a storm again. I don't know what it is with the storms hitting during my lives. All right, so working on field notes junk journals, 2 of them. These are both sold. And tonight, I think I'm going to play with some envelopes. So I've got a few that I colored, and we're going to see if we can't do something with those. And I'm going to show you some of the specimen cards that I finished up like that from the last time. So I'll show you those after we get the camera pulled up top. So let's go ahead and do that. I assume the sound is okay. Did anybody say anything? Yep, Dawn did. Okay, thank you for letting me know. All right, let's go ahead and pull the camera up top and we'll get started. Oh, I forgot something. I'm not sure that's going to hold. I'm going to have to run grab my other weight. Stay. Hold on. I only have one weight on my tripod and it will slowly drop. Okay, we still straight. Space and things today. Okay, so first I'll go over what I did since our last live. Let's see. Is there anything in here? Nothing there. Where's that pocket at? Was it in the first one? There's a pocket here somewhere. Oh my goodness. No. All right. There it is. Where the paper clip is. That's not like that makes sense. All right, so I've got a couple of specimen cards for these pockets. Let me find the other pocket. All right, other pocket. So the 2 big ones that I have are these 2. I need a white piece of paper. That'll work. So we got these 2 made. So we've got a dragonfly, and then we've got a strawberry plant. I did go ahead and sew around them, just because I think it really adds to it. I don't like this paper. It's actually a backing sheet. You find an actual piece of paper. Maybe. Maybe. Half paper, I just gotta find one. Here, I'll just grab a piece of cardstock. Alright. So, those 2. And this one's got grungy on it. Alcohol ink. That one does not. And the back. So I just added some of the rub-ons and a couple of stamps. So those are going to go in pockets. And then I made some more just to place here and there. So I didn't get around to using some of the bugs that I wanted to use, so I went ahead and did that, and we're going to put those in a couple of places. So these two are with some more flowers from my dried flowers, and from the best I can tell, they're daisies. They're colored daisies, I'm sure. I filled them out a little bit. Can't tell if it's focused because I'm too close. I'm trying to look at the top. Okay, I think it is. I filled them out a little bit with just some silly stuff. Like this one says Riley, D, and this one says Roe, E, because that's the people who are getting them. And then locality, grassland, just a couple of random dates and times. Daisy, and then on the back I wrote the botanical scientific name. I don't know what it's called. I think it's called scientific name, which is Bellis perennis, something like that. So put that on there and sewed around them. So that's those two, which I'll go in a pocket somewhere. And then I did some with the bugs. Now these are going to go somewhere that they can be turned into a pocket, because what I did with these, so these are the die cut bugs that I had colored and light up here, that I had colored and embossed, and I covered them with acetate, the whole thing, because what I wanted to do was turn it into a pocket. Okay, so instead of having a window, this one's actually a pocket. And the way I did that is I took the sheet of acetate and I folded it around, and then on this little section here, I don't know if you can see in there, I folded it just over to where it's about 1/4 of an inch or so, maybe 1/2 inch. And then I sewed this side first on each of the sides individually, and then I sewed around it so that this is left open. So that's what that looks like, with the little cicada on there, and it says cicada, and it's got some rub-on signatures from the Field Notes rub-ons from Tim Holtz, a couple of different things on the back. It says does not bite or sting, and handle with care and stuff. So that's those. There's one for each. So I did those so I could use some of the bugs. And then, let's see, what else did I do? I'm not sure. I felt like I had more bugs I'd done, but maybe not. All right, so we're going to put those somewhere. This one I'm going to figure out a place that I can put it so that the tag is useful. Maybe I'm going to put an eyelet brad situation or something. That's what I'm thinking. These two I'll just put in a pocket somewhere, which I haven't done a lot of pockets yet, so I'm going to have to make some. So I have to look through here and see if there's any good spots for these colors. So let's see which one's which. So this is Dawn's. So I made Dawn's blue. So let's see if there's a good spot for this. Somewhere the blue won't look totally out of place. Not a lot of bright colors in this. There's a couple of blues on there. I'm not sure how I'm going to do it so it can show. I could feed. And there's some blue in that flower back there. There's a little bit of blue there. So I did leave a pocket there. Could tuck it in there. Might do that. I was debating on leaving this open for journaling space though. Maybe I'll just add a pocket on this side. Maybe just a little short one. So there's a little bit of blue there. I might do that. Maybe I'll just do that. We'll see if there's anything else that's better, but like I said, not a lot of bright colors, so. But this one. This one, I could fold this one this way. Lose a little bit of that, but not too much. And just tuck it in there. So should I put it there, make this a pocket? I could trim off a little more so that we can read field notes. And do it there. Or on that other side by adding a pocket. What do you think? I do need to trim that off if I'm going to leave that as a pocket though. I want this to be left for journaling, I think. I can hear the rain already. I could just fold this over it instead of cutting it. There, now I can read field notes. Maybe I'll do that. All right, let's just do that. I don't know if anybody's answering me or not, so I'm just gonna go for it. So we're just gonna glue this down first. It'll just make that edge a little bit stronger anyway. And then we'll glue a pocket by gluing here and here. Just a little one. Just a second to dry. You like it there with field notes? Yay, I picked right. All right, there. So we'll put that there. And then it's going to slide out. I don't think I can make it any tighter. It's too long. We'll just tuck it there. All right. And let's see. I love this bird. Such a pretty bird. So we're going to be playing with some actually kind of black and white colors today too. This one goes in Bonnie's because it has her last name and first initial on it. Let's see if we can find a good spot for a pretty purple daisy. A lot of pinks. I don't want to put it there because it'll interfere with the vellum. I'm going to probably put something on the edge of this paper because it will help it to stay straight. It's trying to warp because it's a very thick vellum. It's quite a heavy duty vellum. So I'll probably sew something on the edge there. Just give it a little more support. Maybe. We'll see if she has the same kind of a pocket that it would look good in. Oh, she's got a double pocket for that. See, they're not all the same. So I think I'll just tuck it there. We can always add purples around it to make it work better. But for right now, I'm just going to tuck it there. Because there's already a pocket, I might as well use it. And I don't think there's going to be any particularly better place. Just glance through real quick. Just got one of these too, but that's even darker. What did I say? Pen. I think I know what I was thinking. Guess I could do that. Does Dawn have one like this? She doesn't have one like this. So I've got these pens I cut out, and I wanted to put them on here somehow. That's why it says pen. Let me see if there's a page in here. That's a front page. I don't want to do it on a front page. Just that one. Not a lot of room. So not there. On the other side of that. Oh, I did have a pocket on the other side of that. I could possibly put the pen there. It might be a good spot. All right, so let me find the pens. Where'd you put them? Where did I put them? Field notes, pens, brushes, and cut, brushes and pens. All right, I think it was this one. So in the field notes set, there were a lot of little random pens here and there. And I took the time to fussy cut them. So we've got this style. And we've got these. Let me get it on a better page so you can see. Yeah, that'll work. So we've got that style. That's the same as the other one, except it's bigger. So a small one, a big one. And then this brown one. And I think there's another one. Let me find it. Oops, I buried it. Don't bury your stuff. There. I'm going to glue needle out. Let me put that back in. Oops, I waited too long. Hold on. Wipe my lid off so I can get my needle in there. Okay. All right. Let's see. Another long one. I know there's some little fat ones. I think they might be in the Tracy Fox ones. So I have a couple of different types of pens. Sorry, I don't know if I'm on camera or not. I just cut them out and stuck them in here, so of course they're going to be hard to find. There's also this weird looking, I think it's a magnifying glass. It's interesting, whatever it is. All right, so we've got a brown one cut out. That might be all the pens in this set that I cut out. I think so. All right, so pen, large or small, could be either one. Or this brown pen. I'm sure I have two cut out of that, maybe. I hope. If not, I can do it later, but let's see if I can find it. I might not have cut one. That's too big. They kind of get lost in the pile. I did a lot of the black ones for whatever reason. Come on. Oh, there it is. I didn't cut it out. Okay. I guess. There's another one. There's another one. I didn't fussy cut it. That's okay. I can fussy cut it pretty fast. All right. So, brown or black? Bonnie and Dawn. Do you care? We can look at them on the pages. I think they will look equal as far as design. So I was going to put one here. I think the big ones is a little too big. So we're going to look at the small ones. So I'm thinking I can just like stick it here. And give it a little shadow just so it kind of looks like it's sitting there. Or this one. Okay. And then on the other page we were looking at, let me paper clip this because I'm going to lose it. I think that's the best place. I could put it on the grid, but I don't know what I'm going to do with the grid one yet, so I don't really want to do that. All right, this is Dawn's. It's a lot. It's a lot. Oh, there's that. It's another card I did. I'll stick it somewhere. I've got some violets too that I had dried out and came across yesterday. Found them. They were in a book. So now I could print another one of these pages if Dawn really likes this, because I don't have one in yours, Dawn. So we've got the black or the brown. Brown? Did Dawn say anything? She's like, she said she was going to try to stay awake. Okay, she likes brown too. All right. These are all cardstock. All right, we'll fussy cut a brown one for that. And are you okay with that page, Dawn? Or do you want me to wait and print you one that looks like this? Are you okay with this field notes page? They're both nice. I'm kind of partial to the brown too, for this particular one anyway. Anyway, I'm gonna fussy cut this while I'm waiting. Okay, you're okay with that page. All right. Where are my scissors? Do this real quick. I like this set though. I like that it has just all these different elements that are part of the design, but they can be fussy cut out and used individually too. Because even though this page didn't have a pen, it does look really cool with a pen. You had a wood pen? That's cool. Should be using the little ones, but the long ones are easier in the long section. But the little ones are easier in this top section. There's that. All right, so let's go ahead and stick this one on since we're here. We're going to give it a shadow too. You know how that looks cool. Glue, where'd you go? There you are. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I can see that. That could be wood. It kind of looks like brass, but it could be a really pretty shiny wood. don't think I want it up too high. I think I'd rather it be down lower. It's just going to give a little extra element. We'll let that dry for a second while I glue the other one. Did I paper clip it? Thought I did. Maybe not. Really? There's no paper clip, is there? No. All right, I'll find it. I'll find it. It's here somewhere. I had it just a second ago, but then I closed it and lost it. No, not there, not there. Oh my goodness. I know better than to not paper clip things. Be here. The last page. Yeah. It's always the last one. Debating on where I want it to be. I think there. Get that cool. All right, let me get my pen. I'm just gonna set that on top this time. Where is my watercolor pen? We're just gonna give it a shadow, and I'm just gonna pick a side. Doesn't really matter. We'll do this side. So I'm just running a little line next to the pen. And I got a paintbrush here somewhere. Let's use one of these. Let's see how it does on this inkjet paper. It's probably going to need a couple of tries. It's not bad, but we'll give it a second to dry and then I'll try it one more time. I feel like I had a darker one of these. No. I have a Timmy one somewhere, but I don't know where it is. I'll just try to use this one. Alright, so this one, I'm going to do it on this side. That's a bit of water. You can use a water pen, but sometimes I feel like you just can't control the water level with those. And I'll get too much. All right, let me do this one more time, make sure it's dry. The pencil doesn't write on there very well if it's not dry. I need it to be darker. That's the one I usually use, but it's not coming out very dark on this paper. Let me find another pencil. I have some watercolor Kimberly's over here. I also have the Tim Holtz ones, but they're not sharp. I got Reeves and I got Kimberly's. I think I like Kimberly's. Do I have a black one in it? It looks kind of black, maybe. Is it? Brown. I probably have a black one somewhere. Is that it? Oh, there it is. Okay. It was in my tin. I was just hiding. I'll try this one. I think it's darker. Yeah, that seems darker. That other one I was using is the Graphite Aquarelle by Faber-Castell, and it's a pencil that you can use when you're doing watercolor and stuff, because it can be blended out, but it's not much different than just a normal watercolor pencil. Just a little bit. Try and get that right next to the pencil and then kind of fade out from there. That's better. Okay. Now it looks darker. And switch that. And then we're going to get to our project that I said I was going to do today. Getting sidetracked. It's all stuff that needs done, so it doesn't really matter. So yeah, I get a little bit of a white mark where the watermark is on this inkjet paper. It's not too bad though. I think it'll be alright. It's the only problem because when you put water on inkjet, it tends to give you like a white kind of watermark. It's not quite the same as using just a printed paper. But I think the effect is okay. It looks like it has a little bit of a shadow on there. So there's that. That's going to be a pocket. I might as well just go ahead and glue it. Not sure what I'll be putting there yet. Figure that out later. So I did make some paper. Oh my goodness. Glue everywhere. I made some paper to use. Didn't I have a card I was going to put here, or was that the other one? Might have been the other one. We could just throw that in there for now. So there's something there. There. Okay. So I took some of my paintings, put them in my graphics program, and made some lined papers. So I've got this is a monochrome version. So there's a monochrome version and then a black and white version. So this is a bird nest I painted, the butterfly I did, little bee I painted. Oh wait, wrong side. And a daffodil. No, daffodil. Is that right? Is that what you call those? I think so. So, got a couple different color versions. I just cut a few out, and we're just going to throw them here and there. But I thought that was fun. I made a box. This is just a box that had coffee in it. Rise is the name of the coffee. It was little coffee cans. And I liked it, what it said, so I left it on the bottom. I just covered it with some tape. but then I covered the box with haberdashery paper, and then I protected it with some microglaze so it's, you know, water safe in case I get it wet. So that was me playing around this morning. So anyway, here's our, I think this is the ones I've colored. So I colored some envelopes. So we've got these AARP ones, and they actually have an intact top to them, which I like, and it doesn't have sticky on it. There's like no like glue. So I think that's the ones I'm going to use. Got 2 of those, so the windows are the same. And so I colored them with some inks. I did the Lost Shadow and Black Soot and a little bit of both spray and, you know, the pads. And then I did the same technique we did yesterday with the Wednesday with the cards to just dye them. But I also did some in sepia in case I use those too, like a vintage photo kind of color, which is mostly vintage photo and some other colors. So I got a couple of these. Those 2 are the same. I'm going to keep all. And I might do these later. Today I'm going to concentrate on the black and white ones. But I went ahead and did them since I had the ink out. All right. But what I want to do is on this black and white paper that we've got. So they're in different places on the journals, but that's okay. I think they're very, I think all of them will match fine. This one has a slightly more brownish tint to it for some reason. I'm not sure why. They're all the same inks. But what I'm thinking is I want to have it be a pocket on one side and then come around and be maybe a tuck and a pocket. I'm not sure yet. But I liked that this was here because then I can reinforce this pocket edge just by tucking that in and gluing it. And it doesn't show in the window, which is good. So I can just glue that. That should reinforce that. And then I'll have to do something about this back edge when I attach it to the page. And I'm probably just going to add, I don't know, a piece of washi or something. I'm not sure yet. Now I might cover the inside too. But I think this will fit nicely and show this whole pocket. I've got enough room there, I think, to open. I'm thinking I'm going to put yours, Bonnie, on this middle one with the leaf. That way it's not the first page. Since your black and white pictures are on the front. I don't think you had any really on the inside. Yeah, yours are all on the front. But Dawn's are on the inside, so they'll be slightly different, but not really. Same concept, just different spots. So I'm just going to fold that just where I think it hits that window. And could still be opened if needed. I don't know if I'm going to open it or not. We'll see. Maybe I'll just have it a pocket and glue it down. But it'll be like that. So we'll put something pretty in there. So this one's going to go here. I'm just going to pull this out so that we can work with it. And then on Dawn's, slightly different because hers are on the middle, I think. Double check, but I think they're all in the middle. So I think there's the one with the bird is where I was thinking. Did I paper clip it? I don't know, probably not. Why would I do that? That would make too much sense. So I have the leaf one, but I don't know if I'm going to use the leaf one or not. Yeah, it has the, I put the picture here because it looks good on the grid. So I'm not going to do that one because that picture's there, which is why I think I was going to go with this one. So this one that has the bird and then the field. And I'm just going to have it fold around this side. Yeah, to this grid. So that's where that one's going to go. Check the two colors and see if one looks better than the other. I think they're pretty much identical, but I might go with this one. All right, so same thing, fold it where I think it needs to fit. Double check it because this is the inside, so it did get a little bit smaller. I might have to make it just a fraction smaller. Maybe just a fraction small. As your journal pages, go toward the inside, they get a little bit narrower. All right, there. So this one's going to go here, so it'll have this here with the pocket and then something here. So that's the deal. Now we just have to find pretty stuff to put in them. And I've got a few things printed out. Hopefully I can find something that makes sense. And then I thought I might use these somehow. Maybe they'll just be tucked in. Maybe I'll have it flip out and be a journaling spot. I'm not sure yet. But that's why I printed these in black and white. This one's doubled, but most of them are single. I should have 4 of these. I don't know where the last one is. Is it stuck together? Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah, so I've got 4 that are single and then 2 that are double. The 2 that are double are only double because I printed it upside down. I tried to print the back and it failed, so I had to cut them apart and glue them together. Because I fail at, I don't know, trying to flip pages and stuff on my printer. I never can do it. It's always wrong. All right, let's see what else do I have in black and white type stuff. I know I've got some images that I printed. Okay. So, even though I colored these, they're not going to stay plain like that. I've got things, but it's more of a background color. So I've got these. These are definition dictionary pages, nature. Some have leaves, some have birds, butterflies, bees. So I've got 3 of those, which should be plenty for both of those. And then these are some cards that I have that might, I didn't know I had another one of those. Should fit. Let me just do this real quick. I can fit in my box better. So, and then I have these. These are like ads. 1 page of that. And then these cards. So I've got butterflies and looks like dragonfly nymphs. So bee, just random bugs. This one might be too big. And that one's probably too big. I'll use it somewhere. So I'll probably pick something off of here. And if y'all happen to like the same thing, don't stress about it. Just tell me and I'll print another one for you later. But for right now, I'm going to just pick one. So let me get this out of the way. Go back there. And we're going to start off by decorating the envelope. Now, I might only get to 1 anyway, because you know how time gets away from me. I should put these pens up before I make a mess of them. And then I got to figure out where I'm going to put these. It may not be today, but I'm going to figure out some sort of design where I can put them in, and I'm thinking have them spin out or something with a brad. That's what I'm thinking. All right, where does that envelope at? Where'd you put it? Brushes, pens. I buried it somewhere. Ouch. I think I threw my back out. I don't know when I did that. There it is. I found it. Okay. Papers. Did you just move them? You did. Don't put the papers away that you need. I want to start with the dictionary ones. Okay. So I have to decide how I'm going to do this exactly. So I know I'm going to fold this in, and that'll end up glued just to reinforce that window. But I think I want something to show through here. So I'm going to slide something in there that looks decent. And it might just be one of these with a good sized picture. If there's any wide enough. If not, I'll cut down something from one of those other pages. This isn't going to be the right direction. I just want to set it in here and see if it is the right size. Hold on. It's bigger than I would wanted, but it's printed already, so. Let's see if those butterflies could possibly show if I cut it down. I think so. I could put the butterflies in one, and maybe the dragonfly, if it'll fit. Let me see if it'll fit. It's a little big. What else do I have? Let me see if I have any more black and white ones. I might. It's possible. If I have any printed already. Where is my... Oh, man. I totally threw my back out somehow, guys. It's killing me. Alright, there's a couple of black and white things. What's there? Oh, magnolia. I feel like those are too narrow. I might can fit the dragonfly. I think it's too big. Nothing in here. These are the same images, but smaller versions. I think they're too small. Where's that window? Yeah, too small. Too small. What else do I got? Anything printed? Ah, I have another butterfly. It's a little bit sepia, but it's black and white enough that it would work. I think it's about the same size too. I'll double check it in a second. That might work. And then I have a couple of these from when I cut the papers out. Let's see. This one's a little more sepia. But this envelope's a little more sepia than the other envelope. Yeah, that's pretty much the same size, I think. I'll bet that would work. And then, other than that, I've got, let me see what's on here. There's just like wildflowers that I could put behind the window. They would be wildflowers like that. That would match the pages because it's the same paper. Maybe not exactly the same design, but from that paper. So I have plenty of that with that image. And then I have some with this image. Or I can do the butterfly. Any choices, guys? Keep being late. I have to watch replay. Okay, Kim. No worries. All right. I'm going to cut this out. See what it looks like in there. You like the wildflowers? What about you, Bonnie? Do you like the wildflowers or the butterflies? Either is fine. So I'll do the wildflowers on Dawn's. So I think this section is good. It's got a lot that are about the right height. I don't think I need it to go all the way over because I don't know what I'm going to do with that side yet. So for right now, I'm just going to cut it here, I think. You like all of them? That's not helpful. Don't make me make decisions. All right, we're going to put this in this front one. I'm just holding it up to it. It doesn't have to be exact. And it'll be tricky to get in there, so I gotta keep that in mind too. All right, so that one's gonna go there. You stick it in there and see what it looks like. So this is this one. I'm just gonna show you real quick. Okay. Now let's just cut this one out just to see what it looks like. If I can find the other envelope. There it is. Yeah, the size is good. Okay. Too much stuff in my way, guys. So for depth, let's see. I think about right here. If you're worried about how much ink I'm wasting or anything, don't be. I printed all these on draft, which takes very little ink. I like this little piece too. I'm going to show you it just because I get this about the same size. Alright, so we'll throw these in here and see what they look like. Alright, that's the butterflies. Okay. And then there's also this butterfly with that bottom of that picture, and it has a flower. Okay. So Bonnie, do you like this, or do you like the wildflowers like Dawn has? Pick one. Or I'll pick one randomly. Don't care. It's up to you. All right. I like playing around with these black and white pages, though, every now and then. I think they're pretty. All right, so this is Dawn's. Well, I'm waiting. You like the last butterfly, the one with the little flower? All right. That's cute, isn't it? All right. Will do. So there's that. So I'm just going to see how I want to open this to glue that in. I think I might have to cut it a little bit more. Let me see how much space I have. I might be too wide. I'm just a fraction too wide. Okay. So this is just going to show behind. It's not going to be on the window side. So sometimes I just go ahead and open it up to do it and then glue it back, because honestly it can be easier, but you also risk ripping it. So I'm going to try to stick it in there. I think I will use, I don't want to use art glitter, I don't think. Although that technique I did last time worked pretty good. Go ahead and glue this little piece down. So let's do that. Work off of my papers. And this is just going to reinforce that edge since it's going to be a pocket. It's not absolutely necessary, but I do like to do it because it really does help reinforce it. Put the glue in there without getting it all over me. There's that, and it's not showing. Then we're going to add our little wildflower. So what I'm going to do, it's getting glued to this section, but I did say I wanted to add something there. I'm not sure that it's that high though. So as long as it's not high enough to interfere, I don't have to worry about it yet. I'm just going to stick it in here and see where it's hitting. Oh my goodness. That fold is close on this one, so I gotta watch it. Alright, that'll work right there. Oh, I'm upside down. Totally upside down. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna glue, I'm gonna use Fabri-Tac. It'll give me just a tiny bit more time. So I'm gonna glue this edge first, fit it in there, and then I'm gonna reach in and glue the rest. I did that last time and it seemed to work very well for getting into these tight spots like this. So that's what I'm going to try. A little bit of Fabri-Tac. Make sure I'm on the bottom. It's a difficult design to tell which is up and down. It's not good. It doesn't take a lot. Just a little bit on there. Wipe my finger off. All right, so I'm going to slide that in. And hopefully I'll have time to move it exactly where I need it. Just got to watch this fold. I think I'm okay. So squish that in there. And once I'm sure I'm where I need to be, yeah, then I can seal that bottom part down. And then, notice how crooked I am. Go in and straighten it up. It's really crooked. Nice thing about using the Fabric Tack, it's going to give me a second more. I didn't have it quite seated on that side. That's better. All right, so now I'm going to I had ink on there. I can't tell if it's on the inside or the outside. Hold on. It's probably water-based, but I'm just going to use an alcohol pad. Is it on the outside? Yeah, it's on the outside. See how that... It's not a big deal, but it was kind of obscuring it quite a bit. All right, do that. Let me find a paper towel. Just make sure it's dry. All right, so now what I'm going to do is just go behind that, like so, with my glue, and get the rest of it glued down. And it doesn't have to be crazy glued, it's on the inside, so the edge is probably the most important part, but chances are I'm going to throw something over the top of that very top edge because I want my card not to snag on anything. All right, there, good. So there's that one. Make sure it still folds. I feel like I'm on the fold just a little bit. No, I'm not. It's just the plastic making it a little resistant. Okay, so there's that. I'm going to do the other one. Same way. You can mark it too if you think about it. Push this butterfly down where it goes. All right, make sure I'm not on the fold. I am, so I'm going to pull that out and cut that off. Just on the fold still a little bit. Try it again. Fold. Nope. Okay. So I'm just going to real lightly pencil mark this edge so I know where to stop. It won't show because I'm going to put something else there. I don't think I glued this yet, did I? No. Glue this one. I could glue this over the top of it after, I guess. It really doesn't matter. Let's do it just because. Is the mark on there? Where is the mark? Oh, it won't matter because it's on the other side. That's right. Okay. It's on the other side. It doesn't matter at all. We're just going to go ahead and glue this. I'm using the art glitter because it dries faster. All over the table. Now it's all over the envelope. Inside. Okay, make sure it's not sticking where it's not supposed to. All right. So this is going on this back edge. Come on. Just a little bit. Get that in there. Match it up to my little line there. Okay, and then glue the rest of it. Without taking the envelope apart, I think this technique works out the best. Honestly. It really seems to be the best way to get it in there without fighting with it and sticking to the spot where it's not supposed to be. very good. So we got those two done. There's that one. And then we're going to decorate the outside a little bit, cover up the company and all that kind of stuff. Got some pretty butterflies I could fussy cut. I don't know if I want to use that though. I think I want to use maybe something, maybe with a pop of color, maybe not. I don't know. I'll have to think about it. Glue on my finger. It's driving me nuts. Okay. Leaving all my stuff open. Oh, that's why. Wrong pen. Fabri-Tac pen and the Art Glitter glue pen are different pens. This one's a little bit skinnier than the Fabri-Tac pen because my hole in this Sugar Bell icing bottle is bigger. Okay, there. Now, so let's see, what can we put on here? That will be fun. So this one's mostly birds, flowers. Do I have them in the right spot? This is Bonnie's. This one goes. This one goes with the leaves. I'm gonna get them confused. Put them in the right spot. Right, that's Bonnie's. This one's Dawn's. This one goes with the birdies and the wildflowers. Okay, there. Now they're in the right spot. So we could put, we've got garden and forest, seeds, some leaves and bugs, obviously some butterflies, some birds. Birds might be good. I want to cover up just here and there. I'm not going to completely obliterate it, but I do want to cover it some. I'm not sure if I want to rip it. I think I want to rip it with just the ruler rip, not a wavy one or anything. I don't think so. All right, so let's do this piece. I'm just gonna take that all the way down. I'll do this piece. Let's see if it can go here somewhere. I'm doing this method because honestly it's quicker than just about anything else. Alright, put that there. And maybe just some writing here or there. Do you have anything that's sideways? Where's that one sheet? These are sideways. Maybe this piece here or something. These were when I originally printed these, they were printed for a little booklet, which is why they're in kind of like 4 pieces like this. I don't think I want the one with the letters. I think I want to keep it kind of basic. Probably leave some blank spots, I think. Is that about right? It's close. Let me use my grid because I can't tell if I'm straight. Somewhat straight. Alright, so that can go like there, maybe. This can go here. Maybe take just a little bit off. I don't want it to be completely covering that. Alright, now I need sideways letters. This is good. Some of these. Try to keep it somewhat simple. Is there anything over here that could work? It's a seashell. There's a couple of flowers. I like that. That's like a pine. Trying to get one that's kind of sideways. I think I'll put this one that says milkweed with the butterfly. So I'm going to put that with that. You know, there's milkweed and butterflies. That's going to go up there. And then I'm going to try to get this picture, I think. Maybe this picture. I like this one better. Yeah. How wide? Just below papaya. And then we're just gonna this little picture there, like that maybe. I might not have them perfectly straight. I'm gonna play with the edges a little bit, so they're a little more generic. A little more generic there. Like that. Just a bit more generic. Yeah, I like that. It's like I want them to fit in the area, but I don't want it to look like it's just, you know, cut and pasted. I want fingernails, guys. There. Better. And we need just a little bit right there. What can I use? That papaya part will work. Just a little piece. Too small. I went a little crazy with my tearing. Oops. I need my tweezers. Come here. I don't know if I want some there. I guess I do. Yeah, this looks good. This has got like a really, really basic. I just totally threw them all over the place. Where'd my tweezers go? Don't lose your tweezers. I'm just going to set those there for a second. All right. I'm keeping the camera zoomed out because I'm cutting and tearing all over the place. I'm just going to put a little piece right there. This little section here, I think. Just a teeny piece should fit right in there. Yeah, that'll work. All right, good. So let's glue it down. Should I ink it? I should probably ink it. It'll just, I think it'll look better. So I gotta find my black soot. Where is it hiding? Billion inks. Whew. These always take forever because it's just the cutting and the pasting and all that. It does take a little bit of time, especially if you're going to ink and everything, but I think it's worth it. I like the way they turn out. it's not something I really know exactly what I'm going to do with when I start, so I can't really do it ahead of time. Yeah, that'll be much more generic with the ink on there. Some of these pieces. So tiny. Probably get away with just that piece, maybe. Yeah, I think I can. A little bit on the bottom here. I can't tear that small, so I'm just gonna fake tear it with my scissors. And what I do is I just kind of squeeze them as I pull, and it gives me a little bit of a rough edge, just so it's not so perfect. I don't know if I want to do the front too. I guess so. Just a little. Could also maybe use the tearing thing, but this is such thin paper, I don't think I can. I've got that this little guy. The problem with using him on little thin pieces like this is sometimes it's just too hard to hold on to the paper. Yeah, it's a little bit difficult. It works good on cardstock, I think, but on thinner papers it's kind of difficult. All right, there's that one. There's that one. Ooh, it's hot in here. Oh, what happened to that storm? I looked at the little thing and it was coming right this way. Maybe it just passed us. Like I said, sometimes they just go right past us. It's weird. I heard it raining for a second and then it just stopped. All right, that's good. I like that. I have ink everywhere. It's okay. All right, so I'm going to do this. Just going to jump back to the art glitter. I'm not going to worry about it. I was going to grab a piece of cardboard, but honestly, I don't have anywhere to stick a piece of cardboard. I probably have book pages I could lay down somewhere, but I don't have those out either, so we're just going to try not to get it all over the table. But the nice thing about going ahead and coloring the paper, the envelope ahead of time, is that you can just kind of piece pieces in there, and you don't have to worry about, you know, an ugly envelope showing. Hopefully y'all are having fun with this project. I like it. I always like nature stuff. That's my jam. I don't know, maybe I should put that piece in there. See if I can still find it. Or at least something similar. I'll just cut another little piece. Ended up being a little too much room there. those cards. So the question is how to attach it. Do I want to glue it like a pocket and have a pocket there and a pocket behind? That's what I'm thinking. I thought about having it as a fold out, but if I do that, I don't know that I want to do that on this side. I could, I guess. One of them has to glue down, one or the other, either this side or this side. On this side, I was thinking that I might open this up sideways maybe and have it more like a tuck, maybe at an angle. I'm not sure. So I don't know if I want to glue that or not. Let's see if I have it as a tuck. I'm not sure what I'm going to decorate it with yet either. I'm just trying to get a feel for it, how it would look. And I could glue this part down. I'll have to have something right there. If I glue that part down, can I leave that open? Maybe. I think it would hold it enough. Let's try that. What am I going to put behind there? I'm not sure. Trying to think this out loud. I think I like it angled, like so. Alright, so I'm going to cut, I can take this off, that's why I haven't glued it yet. I think I'm going to cut up this way, but then I might fold that over so it's stronger. So I think I'm going to cut a little high. I should probably try to get it somewhat straight. So let's just draw a line. I have no idea what I'm doing, guys. I'm winging it. Very much winging it. So I'm gonna fold. That's pretty. Oh no, it's honestly pretty strong. It's got a double fold up here. But I think I want this open. I'm debating because it'll be stronger without it being open, but it'll hold more stuff with it open. So I think I'm going to have it open. So I'm just going to snip that. That'll make that open. And then I'll glue that whole back piece down. I'm just debating. It's not quite even. And if you're going to tuck something in, it's best that you have something higher on the back so it doesn't snag. So I think I'm going to put something up on this. So what do I have that I can do? Maybe one of these. It's a grid paper, so pretty much anything goes. Got some of these cards. Bluebird card. What is that? A nightingale. It's a little small. It doesn't have to be that tall, but I think I want to leave it that tall just for structure shape. So I'm going to fold this edge over just to give it a little strength. I'm going to make it just a fraction smaller, but not much. Just going to give it just a fraction more strength than it had. And it doesn't really add that much thickness. that edge. So we want something back here to blend this into this page. What shall I use? I don't want to use those. Could I use one of my pages? Is it big enough? Yeah, I don't like that. All right, let me find something to stick in there. What time is it? Ooh, I'm running out of time. I do the same thing on the other side too, so. Calendar, ledger paper, but that's all green. We have I'm trying to find black and white stuff, guys. Thought I had enough. I have a notes page, but that's too narrow. Too narrow. It might have to be these little guys. I do have this whole book of paper. Let me grab it. I think that's what I'm going to use. I find that book. Doesn't have to be thick. Alright, where'd it go? I really buried it, guys. Oh. Okay. I got it. There. Let me cover my ink up before I make a mess. I might have to do yours off camera, Bonnie. I'm running out of time. Sorry. Try to switch them up for y'all. They're going to be so similar, though. It won't matter, really. All right, what will look good? So, I got this for $2.74. All right, let's pick a color that I'm trying to figure out how I can stick it on here and see it at the same time. Right there. So flowers, stripes, black writing's pretty. Maybe. Would definitely add some contrast. Those daisies are pretty. There's quite a few. Roses don't really match. I do kind of like those daisies. Oh, this is pretty too. They're just like little roses. I'm not sure how dark I want to go, so. Although the contrast will be nice. I'm leaning toward that page with the daisies. What do you think, Dawn? Do you care? Are you asleep? She probably fell asleep on me. What do y'all think? So one side is going to have this, but I'll probably put something there too, but it won't be very high. It's only going to be just a little bit. Honestly, it could even be the same paper. I probably have it to match up if I need to. I just don't want you, when you try to put something in it, to snag on that. So that side's going to be possibly the same paper, and this side, something that'll look good underneath this. Those daisies, where are they? This one. Let me pull one of these out. There's birds and there's daisies. The birds might be a good option. Maybe for the other side. Ooh, that's a thought. There's like some flying birds on here. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm going to blend that. That's what I'm thinking. I kind of like this writing on this side, though. Either the writing or the daisies popping out of there. I can't. It's hitting something. So we got daisies. these. I think I'm going to tear this and put it in there. I might even keep all this writing and just cover up most of the grid. Alright, so that's going to be... I'm just going to loosely mark this because I'm going to tear it. And somewhere around here. Alright, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do that. If I can get stuff out of my way. So, tear ruler, hand tear. I think tear ruler. Those birds are cute. Where's my mark? I see one there. I see it. Alright. So probably not quite that big, so I'm not going to come all the way out. I hope I can tear this edge. That's going to be tricky. This is going to be a little tricky. I'm going to try. I'm going to take off this bird. I might save that for somewhere else, I think. Yeah, I'm going to just do this to about here, and I'll save that piece for something. Possibly the other side, but I don't think it's going to look right on the other side. This is going to be here, maybe. Is it that tall? Wait, I got to check it. No, not that tall. About here. Save that. Tear off the bottom, even though you probably won't see much of it. Okay, this is going to be tricky. What is on my... It's got to be glue. Let's see if we can get it off. Alright. I'm going to try to line this up. I sharpened this today, but it's still hard to tear little bitty pieces like this. Got it. Alright. And then the same thing here. Alright. There we go. So this is going to go... going to go behind, it's going to go on top of this and then on this. So I got to glue this piece down first to make sure it fits. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to glue this piece down first right where I want it, which is going to be, let me make sure that's not going to interfere with me doing the other side though. I don't think it will because I'm not going to have that attached. Yeah, it'll be fine. Although I think I might have to use cardstock on that one. That's probably what I'll do. Because it needs to be attached to that. Yeah, I'll figure it out. I'll make it work. Do I want to ink this? I feel like it needs inked. I think it needs inked. Should I use Lost Shadow? Where's Lost Shadow at? So much stuff floating around here. Too many things. Lost Shadow. Oh, that's frayed burlap. Lost Shadow, where are you hiding? Scorched Timber. Okay. It's here somewhere. Maybe. I thought it was with the black, but it's not. It's still in its... It might be in the container. Yellow, pink. Oh, there's my other pile of inks. Lost Shadow, is it an oxide? It's an oxide. I was thinking it was an ink. I don't know if it'll show. It might not show. Let's see if it does anything. Nope. It's too light. Alright, not Lost Shadow. Let's go back to the black soot. Although we could do the black soot oxide because it will be grayer than the ink. Just a little bit. I'm just going to ink this. It's already got some ink on it, but it's very much kind of a brown. And since we're sticking with this kind of black and white feel, I want to change it up. I'm just doing it messy. Doesn't really matter. There's that. We should ink this too while we're at it. Inside won't matter. It's going to be covered. At the bottom will show. And then this. Not a lot of difference between this without water being added to it, between the oxide and the ink, but it is a little bit lighter, I think, just a little. Okay, actually I might. I'm not liking the white. Hold on. Where's my cardboard? I'm just going to bring that in where I'm going to cover it. Just a little. I think it's too much of a change. I'm not sure exactly where that'll hit, but better. Okay, I like that better. All right, so step one is to glue down the back of this card. So we want it right at the base there. And the whole thing, it doesn't matter because it's not going to affect my pocket. I'm just going to pull it apart for a second. Hopefully I will. I do want to make sure I get this edge good because it's going to affect my fold. Okay, so we're going to seat that in there. Make sure it didn't close on me. And check my other side real quick. Make sure it still opens. Good. Alright, so now I've got this little piece back here. I feel like that's not attached. Is it? Kind of, sorta. I might just put some glue in there because it's not quite attached. I don't want it to come up later because there was nothing there holding it. So this piece is going in there, just like this. Make sure I get it over far enough. And its only purpose really, other than looking pretty, is to stop it from snagging on that back piece. So this is going to go there. I'm just going to line it up. It can be a little higher. Not sure if I'm going to want to put a word there. I might leave it down just enough in case I decide to. So I'm going to try to glue this part in. First. And I'll work my way out because I don't want to move it. Make sure it looks straight. Yeah, pretty straight. Okay. And I'm just going to I'd rather put the glue on the paper, but it's too hard to do it, so I'm just going to use the grid of this to see where it goes. Right to here. I could have probably used Fabri-Tac, but I think this will be alright. My copy paper is relatively thick. It's a decent quality copy paper. Okay, that should be good. Now we have a pretty pocket tuck. That should be sufficient. Let's see, do I have a card I can throw in there real quick? I'm just going to stick something just to see how it acts. If I can find something. Make sure there's nothing snagging. Yeah, we're okay. Okay. This will need pretty stuff on it too. Could put those birds. Ooh, some of these birds would be pretty there. I like that. Yeah. I'm going to tear that right there. So approximately right here. Can I see that line? Kind of. Kind of, sort of. Let's see. So like this. Nope, we're crooked. Try it again. So, like this angle. I'm trying to get the angle right. I failed. There. And this little bit off here. And this little bit off here. Ha. Okay. What is this? Black Distress ink. Black soot. Oxide? Oxide. I want the oxide one. Nice. It's looking pretty. Nice, I like it. Okay. So that's going to go there. And then we'll have to figure out what we're going to put in it. It can be any of those black and white cards I showed you earlier. I may print some more. I've got a whole book full of those things. It's from a 1400 book? Something really old. They're very old images. There, nice. So this will be like this will be like this, and we need something on there just to, so it doesn't snag, because right now if I try to put, let me grab one of these cards, if I try to put this card in, what's going to happen is it's just going to hit that so much because it's backwards. You want the back taller than the front for a pocket. When it's shorter than the front, it makes it harder. This isn't wide enough, but I'm just showing because I want something that's going to show in there pretty, but not that. So I want something right there. So I want something with a little bit of weight to it, although it could just be this doubled. So let me grab the field note part. I know I had some more of that. So what I might do is just add a little piece of this that's about the same size. It doesn't really matter if it matches. So about there. And I'm gonna try. I guess I could just tear it. Where's my ruler? Let's see if I can get this on the grid here. So it's straight. Alright, and then fit it in here. Is it the other side? Maybe that's what I did. The other side. Should fit, but let me just make sure. It's totally hitting something. Alright, yeah, it'll fit. Okay. I'm going to cut it just a fraction more. Just to make sure I have enough room. Where is my scissors? Just a teeny tiny bit. Not much. Alright, and then we're going to fold it over. Like so. All I'm doing is making this little piece taller. So I'm going to put that piece in like that. I think I can ink it after and be okay. And this will be just maybe a writing spot or something, which is fine. Alright, now the question is, can I get that in there? What is it? I can't even see the edge of it. I'm going to ink it because I can't see it. And make sure I'm not upside down. One of them will be upside down, but the other one, I don't want this one to be upside down. Not that you can easily tell with these. So I think I want it to be here. Yeah, like that. And that's going to kind of sort of blend into that, I think, okay? It's not exact, but I don't need it to be exact. And I don't want it to hit my fold, so I'm going to bring it over. Just enough to where it's not, you can't tell because I got that stuff in the way. I don't want it to hit right there. So I'm just trying to get it on this grid so I can get it straight. There. So I think about there. All right. So I'm going to glue this piece first. Can I see the ink spot now? Trying to reach in there. Okay. We're just going to do it this way because I can't see it. And I don't want to be in the window either. So I can only come down a little. I think I'm okay. It only has to be in there just a teeny tiny bit. Just enough. Let me look at it. I'm trying to make sure it's straight. That looks pretty straight. Okay. And then that'll be like that. Now, I could throw a piece of washi there or something later, just to pretty it up a little. But I think this will be fine. I don't think I'm going to put a notch or anything like that. How far over does that go? I don't know, so we're going to glue this. There. Alright, so that goes like that. Now, we just have a little more support right there for our card. Now it goes in real easy. And it doesn't really take away from that background any. I could ink it, I guess. Like I said, I may throw lace or washi, I don't know. There's no telling if I'll do anything like that, but I might. But I do have to find a picture that will go in that window, and I have not done that, so I don't know if I can do that today. I might have to come back to that. That's okay. We'll find just the right thing that fits in the window because I can print it to do so. All right, so that's going to be that. Plenty of journaling spot. You can still see this whole page. And then I got a little pocket there with a window that we're going to put something pretty in. You know, it'll have something in there, but not that. I've got those cards that might work, but I think it might be too narrow. I might have to print them wider if I use these. Yeah, they're a little narrow. I didn't realize how wide that was. It's actually a lot wider than I thought. So I'll print something better for going in there. But I was trying to give you an idea. I don't know if I have anything that would fit right now. Probably not. This almost does, but not quite. You get the idea. I don't have to explain. So we'll put something there, put something here, maybe a word there. I think it's cute. And then I'll do Bonnie's basically the same way, except she'll have, you know, different stuff. Probably maybe more butterflies, flowers, from that little cutout sheet I have. You know, like this is milkweed, which I think makes sense for it since it's a butterfly picture. So we'll do hers up. Same thing on the back. I'll pick something for here that looks pretty. And put that there. I will make it look pretty. I'm going to probably use, I'm thinking maybe the other half of this. Yeah, with the daisies kind of coming out a little bit. I think the stem goes further down, so yeah, could make it to where they're kind of coming out. I think that might be pretty. So that's kind of what I'm leaning toward. All right, so that is our project for today. It's not as much as I thought I'd get done, but you know, I got a decent amount done. Where is Dawn's signature? I don't even know. I've got half of her signature floating around here somewhere. Oh, there it is. It's on the chair. Okay. There it is. There. Cute. I like it. I've never done something like that on the inside before. On the center page. It works fine. I like it. I like the design. I think it's pretty. That's a pretty paper. I still can't believe I got that paper for $2 and something. What a deal. All right, guys. We are done. It's 11 o'clock. I gotta get off of here. And I will see you guys on probably Wednesday. I'm not gonna say for sure on the Monday. I'm trying to add some Mondays here and there, but honestly, I end up doing so much prep work that I just don't have time to throw in a Monday. So we'll see. If I do, I'll let you know. Otherwise, I will see you on Wednesday. Y'all take care. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. Okay, bye-bye.